I would much rather see that match with stakes and not just, we get to go skeet on a 5-star Dave Meltzer 5-star match again. Get my Luperderm. Get my Luperderm. I'm going to watch it's going to be 6 stars. Oh, yeah. Oh, Mommy, help me. I made a mess.
I mean, yeah. Couldn't have said it better.
Yeah.
I probably would have said it that way, but, nonetheless, it's out there.
It is out there.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the 5-Star Jobbers Podcast. I'm Cody.
And I am so glad that I'm not a Florida State fan.
I don't know what to say anymore. I honestly don't know.
I'm Bulldog, for those who don't know. My team did great on Saturday. But living in Florida, I'm surrounded by a lot of Florida football fans, both Gators, Hurricanes, and Seminoles.
And in rare cases, was it Timber Rattlers or whatever it is?
FAMU?
Yeah.
Sure, they're there too.
Yeah, they're there.
They had Florida against Miami on Saturday, and Miami whooped that behind.
Yeah.
And I think Billy Napier will probably be fired before the end of September.
More than likely.
And then Florida State crapped the bed twice before, They had a game opener, in Ireland, lost that, and then week one, and they have 2 losses already.
Yeah.
They are the losingest team in college football at the moment.
At this point, there's no way that they're making it to the playoffs.
There's no way they're making it to a bowl game at this point.
Yeah, much less a bowl game.
Wow.
I don't know. Now, let me clarify. I am a Florida State fan by association. Wife graduated from there. That's her alma mater. So I cheer for them as long as they're not playing against Alabama.
I graduated from there too, but you don't see me drinking the Kool-Aid.
Still. I said, as long as they don't play against Alabama, then I cheer for the Noles.
That's like saying if you got adopted from an orphanage, you should root for all the orphans.
Hey, I've been an Alabama fan since birth, okay?
You've been an Alabama fan since birth. There's a lot of other congenital diseases that come from the state of Alabama.
Same from Georgia, too.
I don't know what you're talking about. Just winning.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we're sorry that it took us so long to get the episode together, but here's the thing.
I was dying.
He was dying. I was dying. We were down with the sickness.
Oh, wow.
I was hoping you'd do it. But befittingly, I'm titling this episode Done with the Sickness, because I'm done being sick. We are done with the sickness.
I was like you ever seen a Chinese finger trap, and you pull it, and then it sucks in the middle?
Yeah.
And then you got your finger. That's my body with the stomach sickness. I was coming out of both ends, and my stomach was like the center of a Chinese finger trap when you're just going to town trying to get your fingers out.
See, I would have at least wanted to have that, so at least when I go to the doctor, they know what to do. My case, I went, and they have absolutely no idea what's going on with me.
I followed that up with strep. It was like, it was like, hey, body, why are you trying to kill me?
Yeah, I mean, for real.
And then he looked at me and he said, well, you've been destroying your liver for many, many years. It was finally time for us to kick back.
Yeah, but anyway, we are finally done with the sickness, and now we have an episode for you for this week. So we apologize for the delay, but hey, we're human. We get sick. We have days or weeks when we're out of action, but now we're back.
Yep. I'm HIV positive that it shan't happen again.
Hopefully for a long time. But anyway, guys, like I said, thank you so much for watching and thank you for listening. If you haven't yet, go ahead and like this video if you're watching on YouTube, and go ahead and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button so that way we can get to our goal of 200 or 300 followers. We need the subscriptions. We need you guys to subscribe. Go ahead and do it. I mean, hit pause right now and go ahead and do it.
Pause
it.
Click it.
There you go.
You're done.
Or you can just like scroll down just a little bit and hit subscribe. And you can keep watching it.
Yeah.
Simple as that. But anyway, if you haven't also done this, go and follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and all of our content is on YouTube. Not just podcast content, but also our commentary content as well. And more will be coming soon. More updates about that. But first off, a couple things I want to go over before we get into the upcoming events. I got to go to Atomic Legacy Wrestling's event, We Wear the Crown, this past couple weekends ago. And man, was it an amazing event. I wish you could have been there to experience this, but gosh, like this card was absolutely fantastic. And they had some incredible people there. Madman Fulton, Jake Hager, Trevor Lee, Bobby Fish, Ryzen, and then of course, Joe Hendry. It was absolutely fantastic. You got to meet all these guys, got to take pictures, got to shake their hands. And
did you get to shake anything else?
No. I tried to keep it professional, you know.
It's the oldest profession in the world.
Anyway, we may be able to work out some deals with some of these people and maybe get some more content and maybe get some interviews at some point. So, we have talked about a Patreon.
Do I have to stretch out my jaw?
No.
Okay.
No. You don't have to do that. But anyway.
I could go anaconda.
No.
Like unhinge my jaw?
No, you don't have to do that.
Okay.
No. You're good. But anyway, more information about our Patreon will be coming up at some point, so keep your ears open. You don't want to miss out on that. But anyway, I want to let you guys know some upcoming events that are going to be going on pretty soon. So first off, September 7th, Hope Championship Wrestling will be at Trinity Christian School in Griffin, Georgia. It is a free event.
Free!
Absolutely free.
Free 99.
I don't know why that got me, but yeah. Completely free event. If you want more information about reserved seating and ticket information, call 678-588-0508. Again, that's 678-588-0508. Hope Championship Wrestling, September 7th. That's this Saturday. Trinity Christian School in Griffin, Georgia. Also happening this Saturday, The Guardians Legacy presents second time around at the Rosenwald High School Gym in Panama City, Florida. Doors open at 6 and bell time is at 7. If you want more information about tickets, visit their website. That's the www.theguardianslegacy.com. Again, www.theguardianslegacy.com. And then, September 14th, DCCW presents Burgers and Brawls 10. They are celebrating 10 years of being in the business. If you love professional wrestling and you love burgers, this is the place to go.
I like both those things.
It's going to be a fantastic event. I hate you're not going to be there for it. But hey,
stupid kids.
Hey, birthdays are fun too.
Have you ever been to a 2-year-old girl's birthday?
Birthdays are fun sometimes. At least you get cake.
Yeah, I need cake.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with indulging every now and then.
I'm a pie man.
So anyway, September 14th, DCCW presents Burgers and Brawls 10. It'll be at the Baker County Fairgrounds in McClenny, Florida. The doors open at 5:30. Bell time is at 6:30. If you want more information on advance tickets, contact 904-697-7167. Again, that's 904-697-7167. A lot of great things happening, a lot of events going on, but we kind of decided that we just do a recap of what's been going on recently. You know, we All In happened just recently. I didn't watch it very much. I just got reports from Bleacher Report and saw clips and stuff here from social media. But from what I saw, it was a pretty decent event.
It was really good card. Like, and we knew this was going to happen. Fantastic matches, like all the way through. I mean, some matches exactly what you thought they were going to be. Some matches actually surprised me. Like Bryan Danielson and Swerve had a really, really good match, but it wasn't an hour long. Like it was actually much shorter than I thought it was going to be, which made it better. Like, and MJF and Ospreay had a fantastic match. Mercedes Moné and Britt Baker had a dog crap of a match. Like, they should both stop wrestling because they suck at it. which is terrible because I like Britt Baker. I've never been a Mercedes Moné fan. I didn't like Sasha Banks. I thought she was the least impressive of the 4 horsewomen. I still to this day think she's the most overpaid piece of dog crap in all of professional wrestling. There's nothing about her that's entertaining. Like, the most entertaining thing about her right now is her heater, and they don't even know how to set her up well.
No.
But like, that match was truly awful to watch. I'd venture to say it set women's wrestling back a couple of years, but fortunately, the Toni Storm and Mariah May match made up for it. That was a good match. Mariah May, man. I've questioned whether she could hold the title, whether she could hold the belt. I knew they were going to put it on her. I mean, we know that like they were building her for that with Tony and all that. And, like, it was the swerve what we all saw coming. But the question was like, can she really hold the title? Dude, she came out on Dynamite after All In, and she worked the crowd perfect.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited to see where she goes after Dynamite. Like, I really think she could be a fantastic heel champion. The question is who are they going to bring in to work with her?
Yeah.
But like I said, Mercedes Moné and Britt Baker. I mean, I didn't think Britt Baker could have like as bad of a match as Britt Baker did. So I blame Mercedes Moné because Britt Baker's never had a match that I've seen that's looked that bad. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, there were, of course there were other matches as well. The 6-man or the trios championship matches and stuff. They had the battle royal or whatever they call it.
The casino gauntlet.
The casino whatever. That was the debut for Ricochet. Ricochet debuted. The crowd went wild. I love Ricochet.
And let's not forget, someone made their return.
Someone made their return in Jamie Hayter.
Oh, I'm talking about someone even better than that.
Who's better than Jamie Hayter?
A certain broadcaster who is now back in wrestling.
Oh, are we talking about Jim Ross?
No. Nigel McGuinness.
Oh, McGuinness's return. How could I, oh my gosh, yes.
How could you forget that,
dude,
man?
Okay. Yeah,
I popped big when I saw that.
Okay, so here's the problem with that. They did it too early, and then after everything else, but no, Nigel McGuinness coming back, like, for those of us who have, been watching professional wrestling for decades, that was a big one.
Very big one.
To be able to see somebody who was amazing and cut down in their prime, like, have to walk away from it when they were
Yeah.
It was painful, like
absolutely heartbreaking.
So to see him be able to get back in the ring was fantastic.
Here's one thing where I'll disagree with you on that, because you said it was too early. Honestly, I feel like that was the perfect time for him to make that return.
Well, I think in the card, yeah, you're right. It's like I said, so many things happened after that. It's like I'm getting old. I start forgetting things.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, honestly, that was probably my favorite thing from All In.
Yeah,
was the return of Nigel McGuinness.
The return of Nigel McGuinness, the return of Jamie Hayter, the debut of Ricochet. All those things were fantastic. Even Sting decided to make a brief comeback.
Anytime Sting makes his way to the ring or makes an entrance,
yeah, I love it. I'm never going to complain about it. That it's just, at the end of the day, they had to do that because who gives a crap about Darby Allin without Sting?
Exactly.
The guy sets himself on fire every single freaking week, so you'd think more people would give a crap, but it's just, when you set yourself on fire every week, it's less appealing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So. No, All In was a good event. A lot of good matches, some crap. A lot to build off of.
Yes.
Yet to see a whole lot of that. I mean, they've come in hot. I don't really understand the planning on this, but it's like you got All In, and now literally we have All Out coming this week.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we don't even have 2 weeks.
Like they had 1 week to set a card, and now they have this week to solidify and or sell the card. So, what we'll talk about right now is the current All Out
Well, do you want to go into that right now, or do you want to try and talk about Bash in Berlin before we get into that?
I want to take care of AEW first, and then we'll go to WWE. It's called Organization.
Okay, well, I just didn't know if we want to go from that first, but because we also got to talk about Bash in Berlin.
You question me again, I'm going to make you take a bow.
That's become his new favorite thing now.
Take a bow.
If you don't know who that is...
Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to demonstrate?
No, not at all.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, if you're standing next to your buddy...
Introduce them to it.
And your buddy is standing, he's a nice guy, and you say, hey, take a bow. At that moment he went like, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
And then you hit them in the nuts. And they turn that way, and they take a bow. And it's wonderful.
Luckily for me, I have already been hit with this before, so I came prepared. My hands are firmly pressed over the region where you would take a bow.
My hands are firmly pressed there all the time, but I'm not even worried about anything. It's just for fun.
Anyways.
Do it with your friends.
So now, let's get into All Out.
Okay, so All Out, the current match card that we have right now, and it's a pretty good match card. We've got Will Ospreay versus Pac for the AEW International Championship.
That'll be a good one.
So just, flip-tastic festival of flip-tasticness.
As to be expected.
Yep, Willow Nightingale versus Chris Statlander in a Chicago street fight. It's got to be a Chicago street fight. We're in Chicago.
Absolutely.
And then if this doesn't reach Chicago, I don't know what does. For the CMLL, that's the Capital Mundial, or is it? What is it?
AAA.
Yeah, no, not AAA. CMLL is I can't remember what it actually means. Lucha Libre. Is it Campeón Mundial? World. It's basically it translates to World Championship Lucha Libre. Women's Championship, so that the title will be on the line. That's a great way to let people know Willow Nightingale's going to win, Chris Statlander's going to lose, because they're not going to be changing the title in America. Swerve Strickland with Prince Nana versus Hangman Adam Page in a steel cage match. Because yes, a steel cage match will make it so much different, even though we've seen this match 5 times already in the calendar year.
Classic AEW booking, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. And then the next match, Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF versus Daniel Garcia. I know. I had a stroke. I had a stroke. It's okay. Maxwell Jacob Friedman. I got to make it more Jewish. I said Freeman like he's an Atlanta Braves or Los Angeles Dodgers baseball player.
Right.
They're going to be in a singles match. It's just a singles match.
A simple singles match.
Because you can't give every single match a stipulation, or else then we're talking WCW Vince Russo era.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't see the difference.
Yeah, there's no difference whatsoever.
MJF versus Daniel Garcia. And man, did the crowd go mild for Daniel Garcia when he returned.
Yeah.
I mean, just
100%.
like I said, it doesn't matter how much you polish that turd, no one's going to want to eat it. Mercedes Moné, once again returning to try to make worth of that paycheck she's getting paid, with Camille versus,
get ready for it.
Big one, Hikaru Shida.
Wait a minute. Haven't we seen this match before?
I think, yes, we've seen this match before. I think...
Like more than once?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this... it's for the women's TBS championship. It's...
yeah. I mean, you don't have to go into full detail. We already know.
And then the main event, or I'm assuming what the main event is going to be, it's AEW. It could be it could be the second match.
Yeah, exactly. We could have a double main event.
Bryan Danielson, the AEW World Champion, versus Jack Perry in what is being billed as a career-threatening match. Not sure. I guess it's if he loses, he's done wrestling. So
I think that's going to be like the running gag or the running.
It's kind of like when it's like Flair in 2008.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Like whenever he had the stipulation put on any of his matches, the next time that he lost, that his career would be over, and then they built it up to WrestleMania where he lost to Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, that was a classic.
Yeah, now all I'll say is that
this is going to be a crap bag.
Yeah, you can't repeat that.
No, you can't repeat that, especially not with the scapegoat Jack Perry.
Unless, now, they could build it up for a while. This is the only way that I could see this ending in a great way, to where it can not only give a lot of sympathy to Bryan Danielson in his last match, but also build up a super good heel.
Yeah.
Have his last match, or bill it as his last match, to where you have Bryan Danielson defending the title against Nigel McGuinness.
That's not going to happen, but okay. I mean, that's awesome. Like that's fantastic fantasy booking.
If it's done the right way, Nigel McGuinness comes out on top.
I don't think Nigel McGuinness is going to be a regular wrestler. I think Nigel McGuinness is going to be a feature wrestler that kind of like Christian. Like, I would love to see Nigel in kind of a Christian role, you know, only wrestle premium live events, pay-per-views.
Or I'd even settle for Christian.
I mean,
Christian beating Bryan Danielson.
Well, Christian is the one that right now has control of his destiny for the AEW championship.
They'll put him on Wednesday night. I don't think they'll give him the opportunity to do it on a premium live event.
You think that he won that briefcase and it's going to be a Dynamite?
I think so. I don't want that to be the case, but think about who we're talking about here. This is Dynamite, or this is AEW.
Yeah, it's true. Pick the worst thing you can do, and that's what they're going to choose to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a good card in theory, but actually it's not.
No, I was about to say, why would you even say that?
I'm trying not to just be a negative Nancy all the time. I'm trying to be more HIV positive.
Well, the thing is, we've been trying to be positive about AEW for a while, but yet every time that we try, they somehow manage to just knock us back down one step.
Well, it's like All In was good. I'm not going to take it away. All In was good, but that's the thing that I've said about this over and over and over again. They're fantastic about putting together great pay-per-views. It's just everything outside of the pay-per-views that sucks.
Yeah,
like the every week episodic TV that they have 5 hours of is dog. Like it's yeah. You're gonna have to go and edit and go beep. I'm sorry, it's so hard.
Hey,
it's hard work.
Hey, it's okay.
Okay,
I'll get it.
Yeah, in the words of Excalibur, you got to give the people what they want.
Yeah.
But no, I mean this. I like really good wrestling. I do. I love good wrestling, but really good wrestling without any kind of sensibility, storyline, or diversity of presentation, it gets old quick.
Yeah.
And that's what's happened with AEW.
Well, see, and the thing that it does for me is because now I'm at a point where I only watch the last 5 minutes of the matches just to get the results. Because
the first 10 minutes of every match is the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It's a square off, it's a slap fest, it's reversals, it's 5 minutes of chain wrestling reversals, 5 minutes of slapping each other in the chest or giving each other elbows to the face, 5 minutes of suicide dives, and then
you've got, after you come back from picture in picture, then you got the heel that's going to be in control for 5 or 10 minutes or so, and then you've got the face making their comeback, and then that's it.
Yep.
It's the same formula. Now, I mean, they put together great matches.
Like I said, pay-per-view wise, it's a great formula for pay-per-views, but when you are on TV, it's a different beast. You can't book you can't book the indies in the pros.
No, you can't.
So, no, I mean, All Out's coming up. It will, I'm sure, be entertaining. It's worth drinking beer, eating bad food, and watching.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen anything to indicate that the overall product is improving. Ricochet coming is really exciting because we'll get to see Ricochet versus Will Ospreay again.
Yes.
The problem is that I'd love to see that match. I would much rather see that match with stakes and not just, we get to go skeet on a 5-star Dave Meltzer 5-star match again. Get my Lubriderm. Get my Lubriderm. I'm gonna watch a Fosse. It's gonna be 6 stars. Oh yeah. Oh, mommy, help! I made a mess.
I mean, yeah. Couldn't have said it better.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have said it that way, but, nonetheless, it's out there.
It is out there.
But anyway, so all that's this Saturday, but now switching gears, let's kind of talk about Bash in Berlin. Overall, it was a good event.
3 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, I mean, it did what it needed to do. There was like good storylines throughout this one. What would you say would be the best match of the night with this one? If you had to pick one, I know we'll probably have a difference of opinion on this one, but I just kind of want to get your thoughts on it.
Maybe Gunther versus Randy. Gunther and Randy, I would say, was definitely that's a hot match.
Oh, yeah.
The crowd was all up in it. I mean, the strap match between Punk and McIntyre was good. The problem is that I've seen Punk in a strap match in the last 2 years, and the one with MJF was better.
Yeah.
So maybe I just had too high of expectations for a Punk strap match.
See, that's what I thought about going into it as well. Whenever I was watching whenever I saw that clips of it and everything, but honestly, for the environment that they were in, like they couldn't do what they did with AEW, but they didn't have to. The storyline itself was enough to carry this match.
Yeah.
And
this match was exactly what I thought it was going to be. This is the second match in a best of 3 series. They're not calling it that. They're not saying that. But then as we're recording this on a Tuesday night, we've already seen on Monday they're not done.
No. Which that'll translate into one of my high spots at some point later on.
What's the gimmick pay-per-view that we have coming up next?
Bad Blood.
Okay. So
this is where you go balls to the wall, give it everything you got for the Punk and McIntyre saga.
Yeah. So, I mean, basically what happened is you had the strap match. Punk got his heat back because he lost at SummerSlam. He gets his bracelet back. Dumbest prop in the history of professional wrestling. Like,
it may be the dumbest prop, but it helps carry the story.
I mean, you gotta give it to them. Like, they're making people have to pretend to give a darn about a 5-cent bracelet.
Well, keep in mind, like, there was a time in WWE where people gave a darn about an invisible child.
Which one was that?
R-Truth and Little Jimmy.
Okay, that had nothing. People didn't give a crap about Little Jimmy. They just were laughing with R-Truth.
You need to go back and watch the Table for Three thing that he was on, where he was talking about, like, people would literally take pictures at, like, fan meetings and everything like that. They would literally surround an empty chair and take pictures.
Hey.
Like, it was that over with the fans.
Well, so was Moppy. So,
and Mr. Sacco.
What does everybody want? Head!
There you go. See,
what does everybody need? Head! What does everybody love? Head! No sexual innuendo at all for that one. That was just,
it was just good, clean
American fun.
Yeah. Wholesome family entertainment.
Yep.
See, it's those like silly things.
Yeah, I guess so.
That work some of the time.
I'm gonna do some cross branding here. Larry looks like Dogpool.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think he is. I think Larry is Dogpool.
Larry and Dogpool, like,
is
CM Punk Deadpool and Larry is his Dogpool?
Oh, 100%.
Because that is
could you imagine?
It is like Ryan Reynolds with Dogpool and CM Punk with. We just made $1 billion idea.
I was about to say, Ryan Reynolds. I know you don't listen to this because you don't care about this, but get CM Punk as a Deadpool variant. Mm-hmm. Holy cow!
He's literally like I just
smacking the table right now.
Yeah, he just went from 6 to midnight, and the sweatpants are tight.
Yep. But anyway,
the story, I'm good for it. Like, I'm good. Like, give me, especially on, like, I loved what they did last night.
Yes.
It was not like Drew didn't come in and just blindside him. Drew came in and destroyed him.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Like, so Bad Blood. So it's not like Hell in a Cell. It's not like Elimination Chamber. It's not like TLC. That doesn't really like. It doesn't show the hand to what we're doing here. So what do we think we're gonna get? Are we gonna get a last man standing, an I quit, loser leaves Raw?
See, I think that's so cliche at this point for those kinds of rivalries that I think they're going to go a different route. Now, granted,
loser gets pegged.
No,
I mean that ups the ante quite a bit.
Oh yeah, it 100% does. But see, with them going towards Netflix, I know that they're not out of the PG era yet.
Not yet.
But that doesn't mean that they don't have.
They've been slowly integrating some PG-13 and
even some rated R stuff.
Dare I say some TV-14?
Exactly. So here's my thought process on it, because I tried to wrap my brain about the previous Bad Blood pay-per-views that they had years ago, and trying to think of anything that would correlate or anything that would be befitting of this kind of rivalry, but. The only thing that I can think of, and I don't know if they'll actually do it, but my only thought of how this could end the series or how this could end the saga is Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Part 3, First Blood match.
Gay. I hate First Blood matches. Like, do we realize that First Blood is really easy to get? Think about this really. Tell me one First Blood match that's ever been good.
Well, if you gave me time, I would have been able to...
No. I don't have to give you time. Tell me a good Hell in a Cell match.
Undertaker and Mankind.
Okay, tell me a good I Quit match.
The Rock and McFoley.
Okay. Give me a good Elimination Chamber. There's so many, right?
Yeah.
Give me a good Last Man Standing. There's ones that are flooding to your head right now, though, right?
Yeah, there's a bunch that are coming to my head right now.
You're sorting. Give me a good First Blood match. You're not sorting. You're digging.
No, because I know that there's some.
No, there are not.
But
no, there are not. There are no good First Blood matches. It was a great idea in theory, like an Inferno match, but in the delivery, they're dog crap.
Honestly,
they're not good.
Honestly, Inferno matches to me, yeah, those were dumb.
They're dumb. They're great in theory. They don't actually work. Same thing with a casket match and a buried alive match. Oh my gosh, it sounds amazing. But then you're like, the guy's just gotta lay there for 20 minutes while the dude's burying him. Oh no, he's just gonna put one piece of dirt on him. Oh, how devastating. And then a casket match.
There were some buried alive matches where there was not just one speck of dirt on there. It was mounds and mounds of dirt.
Yeah, when they were smart enough, they realized get the crane and just dump.
Right.
But the first ones when there was a shovel.
The first ones, that was.
And then they had they were in Gorilla going, get more people out there with shovels. This is taking way too long.
Yeah.
There are certain matches that are awesome.
Yeah.
Hell in a Cell. Last Man Standing.
Yeah.
I Quit.
Yep.
Regular Steel Cage.
Yeah.
Elimination Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Punjabi just kidding.
I was about to smack you upside the head for even getting the word out of your mouth.
No, that's without a doubt.
That was one of the worst.
That is the worst gimmick match.
Yeah.
Actually, no. The worst gimmick match was the dog pound match with Al Snow and the Big Boss Man. That was inside of a Hell in a Cell, essentially.
Yeah.
But with dogs on the outside just crapping everywhere.
Yeah. It was so stupid.
And the dogs were not mean.
No.
They were just full.
Yeah.
And needed to relieve themselves. The Bad Blood, we got off on a tangent.
Yeah, sorry.
But let's say,
but anyway.
I'm not really, like I said, Bad Blood doesn't tell me what it's going to be. So I have to assume,
It needs to be some form of brutality, whether it's like you said, last man standing or I quit match or some
there's
level
just
where
like there's nothing yet. Now, granted, we have time. There's nothing yet that is showing the hand. Like with the bracelet, they were doing the whole bracelet thing, and it was like, oh. At one point, he said something, and he gave it away. And I was like, oh, they're gonna have a strap match.
Yeah.
Like you knew it was gonna happen. Like, oh, I'm gonna tie this around my wrist and this around your wrist. Like that was the whole thing. And then Drew yesterday broke the bracelet.
Yeah.
Thanks, Drew. So now no more bracelet.
Yeah.
But what do you think? It can't be a Hell in a Cell. It doesn't make any sense for it to be a Hell in a Cell.
No.
That's a gimmick match that they've got that booked now. It can't be.
I don't think it's going to be a steel cage match. I feel
it
like
doesn't make any sense to be a steel cage match because neither one of them is running from the other one. Steel cage matches are great when you have a chicken heel that's constantly escaping, or you've got a faction that's constantly. Constantly interrupting, and so you want just that match, just the two of you.
Yeah.
Nobody's interrupting their stuff.
No.
Like nobody's like Drew doesn't have a faction, Punk doesn't have a faction. So steel cage doesn't really make any sense. Therefore, to say steel cage, Hell in a Cell, let's throw those out.
Right. I mean, honestly, I feel like your assumption is probably the best one because you got either I Quit match, last man standing.
I feel like it's got to be one of those two.
Yeah, or even like Falls Count Anywhere.
Falls Count Anywhere, like I say, a Falls Count Anywhere, just don't call it a street fight.
No, it doesn't need to be a street fight. Just call it Falls Count Anywhere.
Yeah, just like that's my thing. I really can't stand street fights.
Yeah.
It's just a no DQ match. It's a Falls Count Anywhere, no DQ match. Like, I hate it when it starts in the back.
If it's going to be a street fight, like let it be like in the back streets somewhere or like an actual like out in front of the arena somewhere.
Yeah. But yeah, so let's say I think it'll be either an I Quit match or a last man standing at Bad Blood. I'm excited to see it. They've done. This is probably, rivalry of the year.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah, I don't think anything's coming close right now.
No.
So just good, exciting thing. Yeah. So Bash in Berlin as far as that goes. So what was your favorite match?
See, I like the strap match just because of like the way they were able to work it without like trying to live up to the expectation of CM Punk and MJF with their strap match.
Yeah.
Like I like the storyline that they worked through it. I mean, of course, MJF and CM Punk had a good one as well, but I just love from beginning to end.
That wasn't a strap match. I got to correct myself here because people will probably correct us. That was a dog collar match.
Yeah. Never mind. Sorry, I forgot about that.
But they're so, to me, they're similar.
Yeah,
like, I understand that
you're essentially bound to each other.
You're bound to each other. Now, the difference between a dog collar match and a strap match is that in a strap match, you've got to touch all 4 ring posts to win, where the dog collar match is just you're tied together. It's still pin, submission, TKO, count out, but yeah. They're too similar not to compare them.
Yeah.
And MJF and CM Punk had a classic.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a good match. I feel like I've got to lean more towards Gunther and Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Just because
I'll say that one and Gunther and Randy Orton were probably my favorite matches of the night.
The crowd was just so hot, dude, for that match.
Like all these international fans and all these international shows that they're going to. The crowds have just been like on a whole nother level, and honestly, I'm enjoying it. I wish that they would do more people.
It reminds me of like Attitude Era arenas, dude. When we don't get pops like that in the U.S. that often. Now, granted, like Chicago, New York, sometimes Nashville.
Yeah.
But really, really just kind of Chicago and New York. It kind of sucks that like. Down here in the South, we don't have like huge pops. Cody gets a huge pop in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's true.
The
only ones that get huge pops like in places other than those like main 3 are like the hometown heroes.
Yeah, but even then, a lot of them don't necessarily get like the pop.
Yeah,
like Roman in Pensacola is pretty hot.
Yeah. That's true.
Like, you know, if I go back recently over like
Or Bryan Danielson in Washington.
Yeah. Here's unpopular opinion time.
Oh boy.
I'm sick and tired of Baron Bryan.
I think a lot of people are.
I was so happy for him when he returned, but I don't like him. Like, as a person, as a wrestler, he's fantastic. He's a great in-ring worker. He's amazing, but he's a snooty, elitist, liberal douchebag.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah. He thinks he's smarter than everybody, and he's going to save the world, you know, by crapping into a box.
And that was John on his soapbox.
And yet I'm not clean.
But anyway, guys, that's our thoughts on Bash in Berlin. We're looking forward to Bad Blood.
Yeah.
Bad Blood is going to be awesome. Of course, we are going to get McIntyre and Punk.
Liv and Rhea.
Yep, Liv and Rhea.
My guess is we're going to get
Damian
and Finn.
Possibly Seth and Bronson Reed.
Possibly, if Seth comes back right now, I'll say. So here's and this is my high spot. We haven't gotten into it yet, but I'm going to go ahead and show my tits.
Please don't do that. Don't.
We don't have big enough logos.
I was about to say we have a bigger logo for that. For all three of them.
And it's not from this last week. It's just in the last 2 weeks since we've last spoke with y'all. Kudos to Triple H and the team for making Bronson Reed look like a monster heel finally.
Yes.
I don't know what the holdup was for doing this, but they decided, hey, let's make Bronson Reed not just, you know, offensive to look at with his nip slips and make him something that's like actually
he
threatening. And like the match or the fight between him and Braun Strowman,
man, that was good.
Dude, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It made me think, okay, Bronson Reed's actually dominating and not just really unappealing in a unitard.
Like, honestly, at the level that he's at right now and the way they're booking him, he will be a champion.
Yeah,
At some point.
I hope not too quick. He still has a long way to go. I'm not sitting here saying I take back anything I've said. He's still not where he needs to be carrying a title. But
no.
He actually looks and seems intimidating at this point. Which, like I said, you can now use him for stuff, and he's not just, you know, a monster jobber.
Right. So, yeah. I mean, we'll probably get more matches announced this week or more announcements for Bad Blood in the weeks to come, but I so wish I was going to be able to go.
Yeah.
But I love my wife, and I'm going to celebrate her birthday.
Freaking birthdays.
I know, right?
The only one we're celebrating is mine, and I don't, like, it's only once a year. I don't know what everybody else is celebrating.
I don't either.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, it's time for some high spots and botches. That was a wet one.
It be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
It do be like that sometimes.
Especially how you were this past week.
Dude.
We don't have to go into full detail. I saw the look in your eye. You were like, let me tell you about what happened.
Bro, I had to wipe so much and so often that skin was coming off.
Oh my gosh. That's the worst.
Yeah.
It's like a magic marker situation.
Dude, I couldn't trust a fart for 48 hours.
I can't trust a fart now.
Yeah.
I'm getting to that age now.
No, like,
I'm about to be in my 30s.
Like, have you got that one where you fart and it's fine, but then on the tail end it's like, surprise!
Oh, yeah. Yep. Dude. Jeez. I'm trying to keep it PG here. I'm going to mark down where he's cussing on here. That way I go back and try to edit all this. But anyway, as far as high spots go, I didn't have it down here, but one of my high spots was Uncle Howdy's debut.
It was good. It was a good match between him. It was a beautiful tribute to Bray.
Yes. I mean,
there were so many Bray Wyatt spots in that match.
The way that they're booking them right now and the way that they're working this, it's making me so happy. Like, they are, like, Wyndham Rotunda would be thrilled beyond belief right now. He would be absolutely proud that they're doing this right now.
Yeah. No, it's good stuff, and it makes sense. It's not just thrown in there for no reason. They've got a good thing going on with American Made right now, and I'm really digging that team. I kind of hate that they're like the sacrificial lambs for the Wyatt Six, but at the same time, they're not just sacrificial lambs. They're not just going out and killing them.
No,
they're having legit matches. So it's a good program. I think that's another one that we're going to see at Bad Blood. Is the Wyatt Six versus American Made in some way, shape, and form. And I was another high spot was Ivy, and this happened a while ago. It's just we haven't had a chance to talk about it. Was Ivy Nile turning heel?
Yes,
she just is better.
The Pitbull is back.
Yeah, this is not a derisive term towards her because I think she's actually a beautiful woman, but she looks like a heel.
Oh yeah,
she's got that bulldog. She's built like a brick poop house. You're welcome.
Thank you.
She's just jacked.
Oh yeah,
and it's kind of hard to be jacked and be a babyface.
Yeah,
because let's just face it.
Unless you're Rhea Ripley.
Sit on my face, dude. I'd eat a turd just to see where it came from.
Oh my gosh, John. You're a filthy, filthy man, John.
If anybody knows her, let her know. I'm a friendly fella down under.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, as far as botches go, the only botch I had, and this is like going back a while ago, but the TBS contract signing that they had with Mercedes and Britt Baker.
Oh gosh, so bad.
That was by far the worst contract signing I have ever seen in my entire life. I knew there was going to be a brawl, but they made Camille look so much worse in this. I mean, the fact that they took her down with a mic to the head, it's like,
wow, what an enforcer. It takes a microphone to take her down.
Yeah. This was absolute dumpster fire of a segment. Absolute dumpster fire. But what you got for botches?
So many. Really, all of the go home for AEW All Out.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was a good pay-per-view. If I wasn't an avid professional wrestling watcher who has a podcast who felt the need to, have some journalistic integrity, unlike some people, and actually watch the show that I was going to be talking about, there's no way I would have watched this. There was nothing to sink your teeth into. There's nothing to make me want to watch it. And you can't do that. When you have 5 hours of television each week, you can't fail to book and promote your show. Like, just saying that it's there and throwing matches together like you're a 5-year-old in your bedroom with action figures, or you're playing on a video game, does not make you a booker or a promoter or a professional wrestling anything.
Nope.
But I think, that's as much as I can say. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
I'd even go so far as to say another botch for me was Ricochet's debut on Dynamite.
Yeah, it was not good. It was okay, but him and I wonder if him and Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah.
Have they ever wrestled together?
I can't think of a time that they have, and honestly, it showed. If that was their first time meeting, that showed big time.
That was not what you wanted to see from the human highlight reel. From somebody who's had so many amazing matches and can do so many amazing, breathtaking. I mean, the guy can do a double moonsault.
Yeah.
And they have him botch it.
He can do a friggin' 630.
Well, he does the 630. He does the double moonsault. I mean,
he can jump over the turnbuckle. And land on someone. But he does all these amazing feats, but yet he crosses over to AEW and it's like he just forgot who he was.
That's the part that scares me. That's the part that I don't like. Nobody has come to AEW and improved anything other than their paycheck.
Yeah. That's essentially what it is right
Character, not at all. Skill set, not at all. Microphone skills, those get worse.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Unless you're MJF.
Dude, MJF, not a single bit of that is AEW.
No. And
Like-
that's the way, that's what makes him better than everybody else on the mic.
Yeah,
Because it's not AEW. It's all him.
Yeah. He needs to get a tattoo removed, and he needs to get to WWE.
100%.
Because he's losing money in the prime of his wrestling career. Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, the for me, that was, the week before All Out. It's the biggest. Like, can you imagine? Like, I mean, granted, we've had some WrestleManias that haven't been, like, amazing, but can you imagine the week before WrestleMania looking like the week before All Out?
I honestly can't imagine that.
Like, this is your biggest...
Because that would not be allowed.
This is your biggest pay-per-view of the year. This is like... Oh, and it shows, too. Last year, they, close to 80,000 or whatever. This year, 50,000. You had 30,000 fans less.
Yeah.
On a return show. Which means you should have had more because people should have wanted to come to it because they missed out on last year's. And last year's was really good.
That was the best.
But your product sucks so much that even British people who eat spotted decided they didn't have a taste for your form of dog crap. That's not a curse word.
I'm still going to do it.
People of England, boo this man.
We are not in England. If we were doing it in the UK, I wouldn't have bleeped that. There's a couple of things I wouldn't bleep either.
Like what?
I'm not saying it. I'll leave it to the imagination. They
Bugger, snogging, bollocks, cunt. They say that one a lot in England. 51.
Oh, all right, trust me. I'm keeping mark of everything you're doing. So
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna put like a swear jar here in front of the table next time. Every time he does it, he's gonna put $1 in there.
So this is my work wife. She's a hairy broad, but, she aims to please.
But anyway, guys, that's been our episode for this week. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for listening. Like we said before, we're on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You can see all of our content on YouTube, not just our podcast stuff, but our commentary stuff as well, and more content will be coming soon. But we want to remind you of the upcoming events that are going to be going on in the weeks to come. September 7th, Hope Championship Wrestling will be at Trinity Christian School in Griffin, Georgia. It is a free event. If you want tickets and you want to reserve them and reserve seating, contact 678-588-0508. Also happening September 7th, The Guardians Legacy presents second time around at the Rosenwald High School Gym in Panama City, Florida. Doors open at 6 and bell time is at 7. If you want tickets and more information, go to www.theguardianslegacy.com. And later, September 14th, DCCW presents Burgers and Brawls 10, celebrating 10 years of being in the business at the Baker County Fairgrounds in McClenny, Florida. Doors open at 5:30. Bell time is at 6:30. If you want advanced tickets and reserved seating, contact 904-697-7167. A lot of great things happening. So glad to be a professional wrestling fan and get to enjoy all this great content and get to enjoy all these wonderful moments that we share with all of you. If you ever go to an event that we're at, we love getting to talk with fans. We love getting to just share our thoughts and opinions. This guy might not like it. I was about to say. If you have any complaints, though, give it to him.
Some people like to share their complaints with me.
Yeah, the complaint department is this guy. The good stuff is this guy. Ear candy, eye candy.
I make a lot of children upset.
Especially over at Guardians. Oh, dude, they hate you so much.
Yeah.
But we love you for it.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway,
At
guys.
least children don't love me. That comes off wrong.
True. But thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. But as always, keep it 5 stars.